Once again, let's talk clarity. How is everybody doing? Yes, if you guys have checked my short video earlier, I invited you here. Let's Talk Clarity channel. I'm your host, Deirdre Square. We can no longer afford emotional immaturity. Okay? Let's talk clarity. I'm hand clapping. Welcome. I have 18 points I'm going to make, and I'm trying to make sure that I can get them all off of my chest. I got something that I need to say. I got a bone to pick. I want to focus on this monologue, and hopefully you guys can hear and understand me and think in the perspective. In so many ways, I hope y'all can help somebody get themselves together. I know it's so many great people that I know that's doing the work of empowerment, and that's really what this is about, okay? So right now, this is this conversation that I'm having with the Most High within me. I'm listening to my thoughts and speaking to you and naturally just putting out what's coming to me because, I had to think about this for a while. Thinking about emotionally immature women and men and observing it, hearing about it and seeing it all for a very long time, all my life, all we life. So what I'm going to be pointing out is the damages that some, because this is not just about, the stuff that pinch, the ouch, but the damages that contribute in society, okay, everywhere, everywhere, okay? We will also I want you guys to think about workable solutions, because I have, and I really think, if I spark any good thought and motivation, it'll just help you center on the things that you can possibly, deal with, whether it's personal or not, because it's in communities, it's everywhere, okay? Emotional immaturity, we're seeing it. The kids is being recorded and they acting so grown. They kids are innocent. They see everything that mommy and daddy doing and they want to be like you. They want to be like you. They eavesdrop. They can hear. They got special hearing and selective attention, and they can play like they sleep. My beloved, wonderful family and friends, my beloved community of YouTube, social media pages. I just welcome you, the wow. I welcome your wows. You're not going to believe this. Or, yeah, I got an auntie. Yeah, I got a grandmother. Yeah, I got a niece. We are in a time where strength can no longer be measured by what? Volume, money, or control. Okay? It can't be measured by that no more. It's over. So what is the focus? What is some of the solution? Inner alignment. Some of y'all don't want to hear that shit, the attitudes. But responsibility, healing presence. I don't care who you are, from fabulous to richest to the richest. Rags or just cool like that. Content. Your healing presence or however you're going to heal, it needs to be there. It doesn't matter. You could be ghetto fabulous, hood daddish, in the jungle, up on the 50th floor in your condo, in the penthouse. I've had to constantly still work on myself. It doesn't matter. We have to all work on ourselves. But this emotional immaturity, it's getting real, it's costing a lot of people. It's expensive. Okay, and it has nothing to do with your dough. It's a part of that, but, whew, and and you can't do it alone. I've had to do it with others. I mean, ever since, when we were young. I mean, let's keep it real. I'm 16, but I'm telling people I'm 18. I'm 18. Graduated from school when I was 16. So that was that. I'm telling him I'm older. Hey. So, you work on it and you can do it unprofessionally. There's a lot of people that don't need no help with that. But professionally, it's important. I give thanks for every opportunity my parents and my siblings and my friends in my community, when I was growing up, or even mentors, however, whatever, my elders. We stand on land that's soaked with consequences, okay? Over stupid stuff, unhealed stuff, okay? Unhealed stuff. Unhealed, stupid emotions. Just like that. It's true. Excuse me. But, we carry these stories, we carry stories. And I'm not about to try to get into no stories, that's boring. But, people carry, in my professional understanding, they carry stories that's written in silence. And that's the problem, because it can do some crazy harm to the psyche, sabotage you, guilt, resentment, knock your spirit somewhere you ain't even really there, and you be missing things, missing moments, wonderful moments. But yet, here we are. We got the woke folks. I'm awake. Funerals, but it's good. It's good when you're willing, when you're ready. When you step up, when you can step back, you can adapt, and you can protect yourself from yourself, because we can no longer afford that emotional immaturity crap. It's causing people, everybody gotta take their meds. Take your meds. I don't want to take meds. I ain't taking no meds. But some need to take meds. It's okay. It's okay, all right? Because that long cost of emotional immaturity, it's been going on forever and ever. Seriously, y'all. Seriously. Okay. So let me stop playing. Let me stop playing. Let me get into this. Let me do my breathing. Let me check myself. Let me act mature. Let me actually, if I'm going to talk about it, I'm going to be about it, right? I'm going to be honest, because this is definitely about empowering. I'm not sitting up to rise to this video and just pounce on people and it's just no solution. I love you guys. I love you for real. And I don't even want to go there, because love, respect is better than love now, Emotional immaturity, it isn't just about a private flaw. It's a whole public course, because it's definitely on display. We have social media, y'all. We got social media. We got our cameras, okay? It break homes. It break banks. It silences voices. It hands generational pain like it is an inheritance, okay? It'll just empty the banks, okay? Tear down the walls of years and decades and centuries of just, over somebody being emotionally screwed, just, I'm gonna kill somebody or whatever. I don't want to get into that, but what it really do, it keeps, the potential, especially children, locked okay? Just locked up inside your person, yourself. And they were born to build. We were born to build empires of healing. Not just go to the hospital. We were built for legacy and purpose. Yeah, can I get an amen? Can I get an ashe? We must now rise into emotional maturity, not as a title, but as a discipline of the spirit. Okay, what does it look like? You know what I mean? I'm speaking like about truth without blaming. Oh, I'm this way because, somebody hurt me. He was dead wrong, blah, 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 blah. I don't want to be the better person. No, it's no good. You got to learn to pause and not pounce on somebody because it's going to cost you. There's already enough things that cost people their life. Choosing repair over the ego. I mean, God, empty, that just go, emotional crap, just go fast. Life gone. And holding ourselves accountable for the energy we bring into homes, into the world, into relationships, and even the sacred spaces. I'm talking about the church too, because it's all over the place, everywhere, the tables, the primaveras, okay, the bougie, okay, the losers. Let us understand this. Listen, I'm not about to punish myself over everybody's emotional immaturity. I don't give a hoot. Okay, the healing that somebody refused to do, no, absolutely not. I ain't about to feel sorry for nobody. I can try to do certain thing, of course, because that's a professional thing. But, let us no longer confuse survival skills with life skills. Come on. You know what I mean? Let us no longer mistake loudness for leadership. Just clank and talk. Come on. Nobody don't want to hear. Nobody ain't even... People aren't subscribing to that anymore. Confusing silence too for peace. Just crickets. Somebody done did something, I ain't seen nothing, don't care. So the person that's emotionally immature, they don't have to be recounted. They know. Okay, we must teach ourselves. We must unlearn certain things. So I have 18 suggestions, advice, let me move forward because this is so sacred to me. I ain't even playing. There's one, you have to learn to name your emotions without feeling any shame. Y'all got to get rid of that shame spirit. Okay, I'll help you. There's ways to do it. Okay. 2, pause before you project pain. Okay, pause. Give yourself some air. Have some respect for yourself. 3, stop making others pay for wounds you refuse to acknowledge. I've said it over and over again. Okay, they call it bag ladies, baggage. It's beyond that, okay? 4, commit to healing even when it costs you to give up some comfort, 5, take full responsibility, not just for what you say, but how you live. How you say it's not what you said, it's how you said it. You know what I mean? And how you live when nobody can say. 6, refuse to weaponize your past. People live in the past. I remember when you did something and you manipulating the crap out of somebody right into the future. And people don't even remember that stuff. Ain't nobody thinking about nobody like that. 7, practice love that doesn't depend on control. That don't cause somebody to try to blackmail me and be wicked, trying to manipulate me because I got something for all that wickedness. Okay? I'm breaking it up. 8, choose legacy over loops. Okay? Legacy over loops. 9, stop burning good people. Stop burning and hurting good people to keep your ego warm. 10, learn to repair, not just to react. You repair instead of react. Where is it going to get you? Where? Okay? 11, you gotta value the ones that hold you up, hold you down, hold you accountable, more than the one who just tell you, oh, you so pretty, you so sexy, praising you, bless you, bless you, bless you. No, the one that's telling you the truth really cares about you. 12, contribute. Do some contributing. Don't just sit up, just consume, taking. 13, understand that emotional labor, that isn't someone else's job, all right? They always tell you, calm down. 14, boundaries. Let boundaries be bridges, okay? Not some walls. People know how to burn bridges all the time. They don't even give a crap no more. 15, seek teachers, not the enablers. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get into that. Okay, I'm not going to be really bad, but the mama boys, them yes ma'ams. 16, your home, you got do more than just live in it, 17, don't confuse chaos with passion. Okay? And 18, grow. You gotta grow. You gotta think. You gotta grow now, not later. Not later. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. It's all about what's now. I mean, for real. We can be the ones to end the cycle. You know what I mean? Just a little shift for the culture. Come on. We have culture, but we just don't. The human culture is beautiful. You know what I mean? To raise children, that is a culture. You know what I mean? Raise children who won't have to heal from their parents. Okay, I'm a parent. I don't want my children just needing to heal from my immaturity or some bull crap. You know what I mean? I want to grow with them. I want to build with them. To build a household where your power is shared. And it's not just hoarding stuff. You know what I mean? Hoarding stories of bad energy and bad memories and immature crap, arguments, just shit that don't even make no sense. It's about the protection that is mutual. You know what I mean? And where prosperity flows like water. Okay? You got to understand the elements. Water flows freely, doesn't it? So because you see, you know what I mean, we removed certain, I had to remove certain blockages within myself. And I couldn't do it alone. You know what I mean? As growing up, we have to love it. I love it. Some people will never be ready. Some people will never be ready. And sometimes you have to be emotionally mature about that. Okay? It's okay. It's okay. You want to be 80, it's women and men, they feel a certain way. They can be 60 and acting 16, and be lost, totally lost. But if you're willing and you're lost, and you can even say, I feel lost, that's Ashe, forever blessed. Forever blessed. I'm lost. I don't know who I am anymore. To the emotional weary. Spiritually, you could be weary, but you could be ready. You know what I mean? Love you for that. There's so many people that will love you for that. Your people. To those who have had mistakes. We've all made mistakes. It's okay. It's okay. But you got to be hungry for redemption. You know what I mean? Because you're the spark of your own fire that burns. That's how you were born. Okay? Your fire that helps keep life going in a direction of impactful outcomes for more experience. You know what I'm saying? I need me. we need you. I need you. I can't, you know what I'm saying? Uh, We need us. You need you. You know, all this social media stuff, it's just a bunch of magazines. You know what I mean? And you know what the magazines have? Newspaper stories. But emotional maturity, come on. Me, I need myself. We need togetherness as a whole. That accountability is so important because it'll wake you up in the morning and it gets you ready. You know what I mean? Going above and beyond. So I'm not trying to call anybody out, even though I can remember, you know, people want to be, you know, no need to rush, you know, wanting to be old before you get, because later on when you get old, you're going to want to be young. This is not a call out. It's a calling. I'm calling in. I'm calling in. I've called in. You understand? I've called in to grow. You can call in to grow. You can call in to protect what matters. You can prosper. You know, we all need to prosper without the bull crap and not even caring about what patterns are within the self that's causing emotional immaturity, that has torn and destroyed others for no reasons, even the people that you love and need. What is that? You know, while you in process, you know, of your life and saying, you know, I'm grown. If you grown, emotional and understand and rewind the video. We can no longer afford emotional immaturity. It's off the table. We need to put it on the table, but do it in a way, okay? You have to claim, you know what, with all that we have expressed and think about, you know what I mean? All the things that you do. Let this be more as an expansion. And just start today. Just, you know what I mean? Think to yourself. Emotional immaturity. You know, where have I been emotional immature about certain things, you know? It is the greatest empowerment, the greatest power, and it helps connect the effect that you can receive so much. You can activate so much with that because it's given and it's shared. So I bless you because I've been blessed, and I'm so grateful. Let it be so that you, as Shay, have emotional maturity and allow yourself to slow down and pay attention, because someone is going to show that it's going to be some consequences if you can't even get your feelings together to even listen to pause and hear someone out. You know what I'm saying? You know, you riffing about something that you already experienced and it already upset me, and you come at me the way that you coming at me, and I'm not going for that no more. And I was just trying to, you know, make things a little bit sweeter for someone more than just outside of whatever you experience, because we have children as mothers and fathers. We have children. Who does children look right going to school and, you know, they don't get something right and they saying, fuck you. I ain't got time for you, telling the teacher that, because they done heard it over the phone. They done ear hustled. You know what I mean? Beyond that, it's the excitement, the certain things that go on. What is that? You know, there's so many things that can happen because of the excitement. You know what I mean? Of, you know, that the influence of being out there. As elders make things look so fun, I want to be that. You know, just doing whatever you want to do, and you don't have to listen to the structure or what someone is stopping you to do because of, you know, well, you know, Shauna get to do it. You know what I'm saying? Sherry get to do it. Why can't I do it? Or, you know, damn, she's so good. I got to do this because, yeah, that's something that I want. And I've never had that in my life. And it's time for me. Or why you doing that? And, oh, you trying, you know, it's just all kinds of chitter-chatter. It's time to let that go and remember yourself and recuperate so you can have mature richness. Mature richness. I wish you well. I wish you well. And I hope that this video finds you well and has actually opened some thought to that for you to help someone, especially our little ones, okay? Especially our sisters that's going through midlife crisis in these times that, you know, everything is like a race, you know, even in traffic, you know, that's where you breathing in some bad, you know, fumes, and next thing you know, you got in your car and you feeling good because you're in your luxury car, and next thing you know, you want to cuss out everybody that just because you seen somebody do something that didn't make no sense, and now you're honking the horn and this road, you're raging. It's certain things that you can do, you know. Hey, you got to get that rage out. You got to get it out. You got to get that locked in pain out. You got to speak to the right people. You got to speak to yourself. You got to do something. You got to put it on the table and not feel shame. So let this be a beginning for someone. I hope this empowers someone. I just want to stimulate the conversations, okay? Stimulate thought. We ain't even got to talk. Let's talk clarity. Let's think clarity. All right? All right?